Let me start out by laughing. Oh, how y'all doing? This is a very, very, very special episode, okay? Right now, we about to take a comedy relief, man. What I'm about to reveal to you is the funniest, the most comical, the most ridiculous religious quote that I have ever heard in my life. And it's no surprise who said it. The biggest clown ever, the Prophet Muhammad of Islam. Give him a hand clap, y'all. This man was like the most funniest, ridiculous clown to ever live. And I mean, you gotta question your own sanity to even follow a character like this, okay? This man is the same man who was able to convince someone to drink camel's urine. You got to ask yourself, as a grown man, how on earth will you allow another man who stands on two legs like you, who takes a piss like you, who puts his pants on like you? How are you going to let a man like this convince you that it's okay to drink camel's urine? Okay? But that's not the subject of today. Let me get my screen right. Let me pull it down for you. All right? And hold y'all laughter to the end of the video. Because please, this is serious but funny at the same time. And it's really sad that you have people on this earth who will actually believe something like this. I mean, we're going to break it down though. Okay, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. Hit the likes button and share these videos, because this type of information, it needs to be out there in the public so people can be aware of charlatans and how to identify a charlatan, a false prophet, when you see one. Okay, drum roll. Let's unveil the silliest, most stupidest, dumbest religious quote ever by none other than Muhammad, the self-proclaimed final messenger to the world. Now let's read it. Abu Hurairah, may Allah be blessed with him, reported, we were in the company of Messenger of Allah when we heard a bang, bang. Thereupon, Messenger of Allah said, do you know what this sound is? We said, Allah and his messenger know better. He said, that is a stone which was thrown into hell 70 years before, and it has just reached its bottom. I know you need to take a break to laugh. Go ahead. I'm going to give y'all 5 seconds. 5 seconds to laugh. No, you need 10 seconds to laugh. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I need your attention again. Okay. Do you hear what I read? I mean, if this is not the most dumbest thing and the most irresponsible thing that somebody can come that someone can say out of their mouth, then what is? I mean, if you a grown man, and for you to allow another man to say some stupidity like this to you and let him get away with it, then guess what? You need to be tricked and fooled and deceived. I mean, it don't take a 2-year-old. Look, I doubt my 4-year-old niece would accept something like this. I mean, I knew Santa Claus wasn't real when they used to try to tell me that. Even before I was like 6 years old, I knew it wasn't real. I mean, some things it don't even take no debating about. It's just your God-given logic and common sense. Let's read this again. We were in the company of Messenger of Allah when we heard a bang. Thereupon, Messenger of Allah said, do you know what this sound is? We said, Allah and his messenger know better. He said, that is a stone which was thrown into hell 70 years before, and it has just reached its bottom. Now, questions come up to my mind like instantly, okay? And if I miss anything, I want you to help me out in the comment section below. And I want you to write down some things that stood out to you, some problems that you see within this hadith, because I may miss something, I'm human, so, and I'm not claiming to be no prophet, so I'm just analyzing the ridiculousness of this statement with my God-given logic. So if you see anything that I missed, let us know in the comment section, okay? But number one, the first thing that stood out to me was the obvious. How on earth did someone throw a stone into hell? Now, if you're a Muslim, can you answer this question for us? How did something or someone who threw a stone into hell? First of all, where is the entrance to hell that someone can go, you know what? I just feel like throwing a stone into hell. So I'm going to take this stone and I'm just going to hurl it into hell. Okay? What would even inspire someone to throw a stone into hell? Like, the people are already in hell. So what are you trying to do? Hit someone in hell with a stone? Like, what? Like, who did it? Did Allah throw a stone into hell? Does the Quran mention anything about Allah hurling a stone into hell? Did like they say the black stone, the Kaaba stone, they say it descended from paradise? Did another stone that didn't go mentioned, did it end up falling into hell? Okay, so that's what I want the Muslims to tell us. How did a stone get thrown into hell, and where is the entrance point to where someone can decide, that hole right there, that's the hole that leads to hell? And you see this stone? I'm going to throw this stone from where I am, and it's going to go down into hell. Okay, so I need the Muslims to tell us, where is hell and where is the entrance point to where someone can take a rock and throw it into hell. So that's the first thing that stood out to me. I mean, that's obvious, right? Okay, that's the first thing. Now, the second thing is, how on earth did Muhammad calculate that it was 70 years prior and that the stone had just reached the bottom after being thrown 70 years prior? What type of information did he have access to know that it was 70 years prior? Okay, it's too many empty holes in this story. It's incomplete. It's not adding up. It doesn't make sense. Okay, so how did he know that it was 70 years prior? Okay, 70 years prior. And why always the usage of 70? Why is that the go-to number? So that in itself makes it very fishy anyway. It's like how is he always saying the number 70 and the number 3? So, it just all of a sudden, why just 70? And he has said 70 in other references. So why, it doesn't make sense. It shows that this is fishy and this is just stuff he is making up from thin air. Okay? So that's the next question. Like, how did he know it was 70 years prior? Okay? Who gave him that information that it was 70 years prior? And who threw the stone 70 years prior? Okay? So that's the second most obvious thing that stands out. Boy, oh boy. Now, then he said that the sound, the bang noise, came from the fact that the stone had hit the bottom. Okay? Now, if hell has a bottom, that means it must have sides. Okay? So, here's another question. How did he know that the sound came from the bottom of hell as opposed to hitting the side of the cliff in hell, or one of those? You ever seen a cave and it has those things that's growing from the ceiling. How did he know that possibly the sound could have came from the stone ricocheting off of one of those stag-like things that grows in caves? Because obviously, from the way this story is sounding, hell must be located under earth somewhere. Okay? So how did he know where the sound is coming from? Okay? That's the third thing. Okay? The fourth thing is, how on earth were they able to hear a sound coming all the way from the bottom of hell? That means that sound wave would have had to travel. I mean, it would have had to echo a very, very, very long distance, come through all of the layers of the earth, and they just happened to hear it. Does any of this make sense? Come on, people. Muslims, come on. You mean to tell me you let somebody play with your intelligence like this? Like, come on, man. Like, this is not something that you even have to debate. This is just common sense. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Come on, people. Come on. Like, and then it says a bang. That could have been anything. So imagine you're out there with Muhammad, okay? You're out in the desert. They probably sitting around in tents. They covered in sheets. You know how Arabs dress. They didn't have much food, you know. They probably got a cup of dates, some camels sitting around. You know, they just sitting, all of a sudden they hear a noise. The noise could have been anything. It could have been somebody dropped a pile of wood. We don't know. All it says they heard a bang, okay? And then all of a sudden, just imagine you were at the location. And then all of a sudden, he turns around and says, "Do you know what this sound is?" And they say, "No. That's the sound of a stone that was thrown into hell 70 years ago." Come on, people. Come on. And these same Muslims, they will reject the Trinity. We explain the Trinity to them. We show them how the Trinity is logical. We give them earthly examples. Okay? But then they'll turn right around after telling us the Trinity is illogical, and then they'll turn right around and believe some nonsense like this. I don't know. Maybe this is credible. I mean, what y'all think? Does this sound true? I mean, obviously this is not true, but I'm about to post this video. Y'all tell me what you think in the comment section below. I just had to share this, man. This is the funniest, most stupidest religious quote I've ever heard in my life, man. Muslims, leave this mess alone, man. And with that, this is the False Prophet channel where we expose Islam and the Prophet Muhammad whenever we get the chance. And this is your host, Brother Jacob, signing out.